You gonna murk her or are we gonna take her?
Try to take her.
Get the fuck outside.
Yes, sir.
Faster.
Okay.
Faster.
Gotta hurry up before the cops pull up with the bodies.
I'm going. I'm sorry. I'm going.
You hop in first and swap seats for her. Get in the passenger.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Do anything stupid, you get a bullet to the back of your head. You understand?
I understand. It's okay. I'm not here to
on
fuck
duty?
around. I am.
You have a tracker.
I do. Only for the doctors. But I do.
How do you sign off?
Just the front desk.
I'll be in the area.
Near the sanitation, so we can do
We'll sign off right now.
Yes,
You
sir.
stay in. I'll take care of it. Back in the car.
Hey, Tony, let me call you back in the middle of something.
Alright.
You hear me?
Okay. So what's going on?
You know what the fuck's going on.
Shut up,
Okay.
Cantor.
I'm sorry.
You
I'm
sided
sorry.
with
Look,
those dumb fucks?
what? Max and Siobhan?
You know
Yeah.
what you did.
You talking to me,
What
Ramos?
did I
Chose your
do?
fucking side. The same people that hired me to fucking take you out. You make me sick.
I'm sorry.
You really think they're what's best for the city?
No.
And if
God
you think
no.
that, then I know I gotta fucking kill you.
I don't think they were what's
Why don't
best.
you
I
speak up at
promise
these
you that.
council meetings the way Murphy does?
I have in the past. I've gone toe to toe with Max. That's why he hated me for a while there. I've tried. I really promise. I've done my best.
How do you feel about Crane?
He's a fucking idiot. Set.
To be honest, I've started to think that he might be getting dementia recently. He makes decisions that I do not understand.
Like what?
I don't know. He backed the first PCP, and I was completely against that one.
Describe the PCP?
The police continuity plan that put Max in control.
He's the one that approved it, huh?
Yeah, he fought for it
That's
initially.
crazy. He fought for it.
He did,
What a fucking
yeah.
bitch. He told me that
He
the
wrote
state
it with
did
him.
it.
The state might have okayed it, but Crane
What is
helped
the
Max
state?
with it. I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know.
I don't
Just
think
say
the
it's
state ever
Max.
okayed it. I think Crane just said, yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Go inside.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Take a fucking seat.
Oh, okay.
Matter of fact, go in your cell. I'm gonna have to pat you down and frisk you before you do that. Open your
Yeah,
hands up.
yes, sir. I do have a gun.
Okay? I'm gonna be taking that off you. Just put your hands up.
No, of course. Of course. You do what you need to do. Here you are. I don't think I have anything else too crazy. Maybe a joint or something.
What does this IV stand?
It's just from the hospital. It's just got a saline in it, I think.
Take her phone so I can have it.
Yeah, you just go ahead, take whatever you need. Don't worry about it. I'll get whatever back. Look, we can talk about whatever's going on here. I'm happy to talk with y'all. I'll do whatever we need here. Okay.
Who's calling you?
Amelia, I believe,
Put your hands back
doctor.
up.
Here, take her phone.
Here.
Get the fuck in the cell.
Okay. This is a nice place you got here. It's
Hand over your body armor through the wire, through the thing here.
yes, sir.
And drop your radio
There
on
you
the
are.
ground.
Okay. There you go. Oh, that's a pretty sculpture you got over there. Angel. Yep. Hi, Kay. Hey, how you been?
Not good.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Why's that?
You stood blows my
did.
mind. I thought you were one of the only somewhat logical people, and turns out you the opposite.
I'm sorry about that. I am. At the
Why did
time,
you
Y'all
side
still at
with
the
them?
hospital?
I felt like I was in a really hard position because
How
I
so?
was elected to fight for this government and make sure that it could continue, and we were falling apart. And so
So you sided
I
with the
wanted
people
to-
that caused it to fall apart.
yeah, they did get us in this position. I don't disagree.
I this member's in a discreet location right now, if you're interested. Currently, talking to them.
Oh, it's council members like you that make me fucking sick, Cantor.
834.
I'm sorry, Rami. Look, I've been trying to be the nice one here. I've tried to
Really?
support people.
You know why I don't believe you?
Perfect. You want
Yes.
to head over there?
You know why I don't want? You know why I don't believe you is because
Why?
why is every single legislation passed? At the bottom it says enacted by Alan Crane, unanimously voted on the behalf of the Council of Eight.
Because they all do what Crane and Dab say, and just put a smile on their face instead of
Speaking your own.
losing the position they're in to vote what they fucking
It's
actually
more
feel.
complicated than that, I promise.
Why?
I fought them many, many times.
And what
I
they
have.
fucking did they bully you into submission?
I
They-
thought it
they
was if
were-
it's like a 701, then it
Come on,
has to
back
be
to
like
the
a
car.
8-0,
Okay.
right?
I think a supermajority 7, but it passes with half as long as Max is on that side.
Mm.
So
Hold on, let me
they forced you to vote with them.
I don't want to say vote. I don't want to take.
It's not even a vote, you're saying?
I do take responsibility for these things, but sometimes I talk things down, and I'll only vote with something if I think it's not as bad anymore. To be frank, I fought so hard for so many things against them. I did.
So then why unanimously vote? I don't understand. If you don't believe in something, you
Which
like
legislation?
everything,
one?
all of them, even the
I wanna ask you about this. I've
Yeah.
been hearing rumors from a few sources of a piece of legislation
Okay.
being worked on called the FU legislation.
Yes. I'll talk to you about it if you want. It was a piece of legislation created by the mayor's office, essentially to figure out how we handle significantly violent felons in the future.
whose idea is this?
And how would you handle them?
Well, it got talked down significantly. I believe at the start there were many ideas proposed.
Well,
By the end
who's
of
the
it,
vocal? Who's the vocal one of this entire idea?
We already know.
it was written by Siobhan.
Oh.
Is that every
okay.
legislation is written by Siobhan, right?
Mm.
She threw a lot of things in there, but by the time that Murphy interrupted, which I'm sure you're aware of by now, it was essentially just you get a twatter ban, so you can't spread terroristic threats. There wasn't much else in it other than potentially the proposal for life in prison, which
I wouldn't be able to
argued
use twatter.
against.
Sounds like a good thing. Sounds like a good.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't think it was the worst thing. There were harsher punishments listed, but none of them stuck.
Like what?
Things like a curfew, things like, not being allowed to have a driver's license, just random ideas.
Good thing the cops are here. Come on.
Who is that?
It's the cops. Come on.
Okay.
Officer, officer, thank God you're here.
You guys okay? What's happening?
We got this corrupt official. I believe she's guilty of treason.
Oh,
I would never.
that's someone treasonous.
I've always done my absolute best for this state. I always would. I fought in Sanguine for the state. I served twice for this place. I'd do anything, I promise.
Do anything for what?
For the people. For
Sounds
the
like you do
people of the
anything just to
state.
survive.
Out
Right
of
now,
curiosity,
yes.
you happen to ever read the Constitution by chance?
Yes, I have.
And in the impeachment articles where it says you're meant to look after the people and make sure they're safe at all times.
Of course, I take that very
Something
seriously.
that would imply like gross negligence, like voting on a DOC doctrine that would imply no EMS or police to respond to anything inside a jail, and then a police officer is dropped out of a fucking helicopter and they're in there and they die and they don't get any medical response. Can you explain how that's not impeachable in your understanding, ma'am?
Yeah, I can see what you mean. Dogtown was an idea that, when coined, seemed better than it turned out to be. I can't really defend that, but I'm glad that it's over. I'm glad that that's no longer a thing and that people can be safe.
Oh
in
no,
the
it's
prison.
still in the legislation. Technically ain't nobody need to respond up there. You didn't change it. It's still the same. What do you mean?
Is it still? Damn, I
Oh,
apologize for
don't
that.
you remember? You're the council.
It was never legislation that the EMS didn't have to respond there. It was just that they weren't safe in there from the threats. And
Nope. It was deemed that they would not respond. It's implied in the DOC doctrine that you guys put forth in the legislation.
Okay.
It said EMS is not to respond up there. Same with
Okay.
PD. Then one of my ex-state police officers got thrown out because this place is in disarray. This pile of shit of a government that's ran by people that don't understand a goddamn thing in what they're saying. They don't even believe in what they're saying. Everybody that voted on that, even Crane, that cocksucker, should be impeached and be held responsible for the death of Aziz.
Well, Soze,
I'm sorry
they're
for your
too
loss,
busy trying to
Soze.
vote in the FU legislation. She was just talking about it.
Oh.
It's a great piece of legislation.
No, it didn't pass.
Wait, is that the business one?
No,
Oh,
no,
no,
this
this
one's
one's
even
ours.
better.
Wait, is the business one already in where you guys
Business
can
one's
search
approved. Yes.
private
yes,
property?
the businesses are approved.
Oh, you should also read through the Constitution where it says for anything to be lawful in a search, it needs a search warrant signed by a judge.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
have
Constitution,
the legislation. They could
the
do
step
random
above the
searches.
legislation.
Yeah, I can review all these
Impeachable.
things.
No,
Okay.
it's impeachable. You should just be impeached, honestly. I believe y'all should do this review, read the Constitution before you put forward any legislation. Wouldn't it be a common sense thing to do for the people so the people's
Yeah.
constitutional right isn't violated?
You're not wrong, sir. I'm not perfect here. I've never been a politician before. I'm doing my best, I promise.
You don't need to be a politician. You need to be a fucking human.
I am, and I work every single day to save people's lives, and I'll keep doing that even after this position. I do my best.
Cumberland, what up, bro?
I'm always open to feedback. If you have,
Can I give you
concerns about
a
something,
hypothetical situation?
Of course.
Say me and this man next to me, my name being Los Santos, and he'd be Blaine County. We live in those government apartments over there, right?
Yeah, of
Next to
course.
each other. Me and him are friends. We share rooms. We walk in and out of each other's place, and we're just chilling. We're next door neighbors. You know, we drink beer together. We shoot the shit together. We just got this understanding that we don't give a fuck. You guys can come over whenever you want, and vice versa.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, and the manager of this place, let's call him the local municipal fuckwits, that's running the building. Well, one day he goes, hey, guys, I'm gonna have to kick you out. We ain't got money to run this place. Y'all are fucking leaving. Okay? We're both out of there now. It's falling back to the local municipal government that owns that building. But they go out of their way to invite Los Santos back in and say, hey, you can have your old apartment back. Okay? But the one next to you still is under our control because, you know, it's technically ours, so you don't have permission to do no shit there. But do you think Los Santos has the power to walk on over there and just take a shit in Blaine County?
I wouldn't think so. No, I don't. I don't think so.
That's an interesting thing. I mean,
It is, yeah.
it's a surprise to know that that's something that happens every time a police officer crosses the lines of jurisdiction in a Blaine County in which they haven't got the authorization to do because you as the council and the DOJ themselves are too stupid to write one piece of legislation that would pass the government and say that you would have had jurisdiction there.
That is interesting. I hadn't really thought about that, to be honest. I just figured we kind of all assumed, but yeah, we should have that all written
Yeah.
down. You're not wrong.
Cantor, tell him you were busy
Assumed.
with adoption laws. Please tell him.
Oh, and the fashion
Oh,
police too.
there's
The fashion
adoption
police.
laws?
The drip law.
Oh, the
yes.
anti-mime act. Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. You
that
were.
one.
You
There's a
guys
lot
were
of
really
important
doing.
laws.
I
You know what?
abstained on that.
What,
Yeah,
can you
uh-huh.
name one law you've done to help people? What have you done to help people?
Well, wait.
One
Well,
thing.
wait.
Yeah.
Well, waiting. Tell us one thing you've done to help the people of Los
I,
Santos.
I believe that the legislation I've written helps.
Which is what?
Personally, it's not as well known, but I wrote legislation to protect everyone's medical records, so
Well,
that it can't be
y-
posted on
Cantor-
the docket without your consent.
So you're saying that you don't believe in the other legislation that's been passed?
No.
So
I
then
do.
why-
There's
Oh, really?
there's ones that I believe in. There's ones that I don't as much. I wasn't really for the adoption policy at the start.
Uh-huh. So then why was it
I-
unanimously voted by the Council of Eight then?
Because after-
Interesting. Just like the
okay.
rights of the DOC being stripped the fuck away and no medical being up there in the place
I-
where you're meant to keep it
It's
safe.
crazy. You don't believe in it, but it's unanimously voted
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, I understand that looks bad. I did
What's your
fight
name,
them on
ma'am?
a few points. I'm Dr. Philippa Cantor.
Listen, I'd love to stay in
Yeah.
chat, but at the end of the day, you know,
Yeah.
if you were to imply the rhetorics of what I said earlier, and the whole government entities and jurisdictions and shit, considering we're in a national park and the Constitution would only be state, even if they did have power, do you think I could put my gun in your mouth and blow your brains the fuck out and just walk out of here and never get charged for it?
I don't think you'd get away with that, sir.
Really?
I
Why
mean,
is that?
I just,
Who's going to charge me?
I'm not
It's a
saying-
national park. Is
I'm
this
sorry.
federal law? Is this
I
federal
don't-
ground? Are
I
you
don't
taking it from the
know.
feds?
I
Is
don't
this
know,
treason?
sir.
Is this terrorism?
I'm sorry.
Soze,
I
are you
don't
trying to
know.
usurp a
I
government?
don't know. I'm sorry.
Maybe
I
you're the
don't-
fucking
I don't
terrorist.
know. I'm not. I
Well,
promise.
so
I would
Zay,
never.
I have her licensed firearm. Want me to hand it to you?
Oh no. I don't want to kill this person. I don't think
Thank
someone
you,
being
sir.
naive is what's
Naive.
going against the people. But now you know there's a legislation and constitution that you should fucking read and understand. Maybe you could commit to some things and be for the people instead of the group of fucking idiots you sit around a table at that think they're doing something for the people. Maybe
Okay.
you should start thinking
Yeah.
for the people instead of your goddamn self. And fuck our doctor records. I don't give a shit about that. Ain't nobody
her
else gonna
dad-
give a shit about that either.
Starts pressuring you, or you let us know. Because I will say, Soze, she once did have a somewhat of a good head on her shoulders, and Dab didn't like
Thank
that.
you,
He
sir.
had me go after her and try to kill her before. But long time ago, light has been shed on the corruption of the city, and it's time to stand the fuck up, Cantor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cancer, that
agree.
means if you don't
I do.
believe in something that's trying to get passed, you vote no on it. You don't just vote yeah because everybody else voted yeah.
Just
Yes, sir.
remember, there's understanding of complacencies when you don't really completely understand something. But when you're understanding that you know the goddamn fucking law, you know the Constitution, you know the shit that's fucked up, and you keep doing it,
Yeah.
that just might be treason of the goddamn United States of America, motherfucker.
I don't disagree when you put it like that. I will do my absolute best to make sure that I don't let anything like that happen again.
You happen to know what my name is?
I'm aware of who you are.
What's my name?
Soze, right?
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I'm the real spirit of the law.
Okay.
Saint
You could.
Nicholas.
Oh, that's. Is this Christmas? I like Christmas.
Well, trust me, I've only got a few gifts, and you don't want these. It's gonna
Okay,
be fucking
yeah,
charcoal
never mind
coming
then.
out the back of a pistol.
Yeah, to scratch the gifts. We don't need Christmas. Okay.
All right, well, I hope you don't feel threatened by me, because I ain't gonna hurt nobody that works
No.
for the people.
Of course not. I'm not at all.
Good. But if you do some treasonous shit, I might just fucking cave your head in with a hammer.
Understood, sir.
Nice and slow.
But I don't want to have to
After I
scoop
rip
you
the
up
ears
again.
off.
Okay. I will keep these words in mind. Thank you for the fair
Okay.
warning, sir.
Cantor,
Oh, Yeah, no, well, you're fine.
When the impeachment of Dab and Siobhan comes about,
Yeah.
back up Murphy. Do what's right.
Okay.
Do
yeah.
what's right for the people.
Yes, sir.
The people you're entrusted to look after.
Okay. I will.
You make sure that FU act
Okay.
doesn't go to light either.
Okay. It won't pass. I promise that.
Hopefully we don't see each other again, right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Especially in
hopefully not.
federal land that might not
Mhm.
have any jurisdiction at the moment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. That's not ideal. I'll be at the hospital where
Yeah.
there is jurisdiction.
We don't want to
Well,
have
you
to
better
scoop
get
you up
going.
again.
You, got
Okay.
a
Yeah,
long
just
walk back.
Just remember any of that squeakiness in your voice just makes me think you're not authentic. If you have confidence and you're here for the people, you shouldn't need to worry. We ain't gonna
Okay.
touch you.
You seem
Okay.
stressed out. Why don't you smoke a joint?
I am. Oh, thank you. You know, I won't say no to that. Here,
You
let
just
me
relax and remember
Okay.
what we're doing is for the people,
Oh,
and if you're
God.
for the people, you'll be
Yep.
fine.
Okay.
Give her shit back, Ramee. Out of good faith.
Thank you. I really
I
appreciate
better
that.
not see a fucking warrant from this shit. You
Nope.
understand?
Never. Don't you worry. Your secret's safe with me.
Pull the gun out. You're
I'm
dying.
not one to make enemies. Yeah, I understand, sir.
Just get a new government radio.
Yes, sir.
Have a
All
nice
right,
day.
I-
You're free to go whenever.
your
We weren't
IFAX
holding
back,
you
too.
here.
Okay.
That way it goes
Of course.
back to the hospital. Follow the trail.
Understood.
Remember, it's
Yes.
federal land, so you're free to
I-
walk on
I
out whenever
remember.
you want.
Okay. I'll remember all of this. Thank you all.
Be careful of the rattlesnakes.
Yes, sir.
You know, she is one of the better ones, but
Killing her
I
wouldn't
have
have done
seen her
anything.
siding with Dab lately. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can tell. Hey, that's what I mean, though. Listen, I think there's got to be some assholes, and depending on how they respond to the logic in which we say, it's going to be pretty easy to tell which one is a fuckwit and which one is.
But she said that she admitted that she just goes with the flow when it comes to the votes. Like she doesn't believe in a lot of what she votes,
I remember
but she just says
she
yeah.
used to go against it. Dab had me doing an assassination hit on her, and then ever since
Okay.
then, I guess she's been just going with the flow.
Interesting. Well, it does make sense. Like I said, I think the crane noodle head at the top's the problem at the end of the day.
You know what she told
hey.
me, which was odd, Soze?
What's that?
So, Dab told me the state appointed him as commissioner, and she told me Crane appointed him as commissioner.
Yeah, so I'm not I'm not sure what the role of the chief of justice is and what stance he has in say. I mean, he's technically at the top of the municipal government no matter what, right? Because he does the criminal law side of things. So I'm not sure the exacts of it, but either way, I believe they would have had the power to do some shit like that anyway. But the questionable thing is when they've deputized people or made people in the council police officers, that is against the oath in itself of the council. So they're also all going to be liable for that sort of shit. They're sitting there letting all these
Well,
impeachment things
so here's
happen.
another
Their
thing, right?
only reasoning for that is, well, because of what we did. Yet what we did is already done. We've already served our time. It's in the past. Yet there's still cops.
But
yeah.
it's not even that though. Like when Solomon was under investigation for getting impeached as council member, they stripped him from his title right away. When Murphy remember when John Paul set up Murphy with that gun, his bar license was suspended. So if those articles, if their articles of impeachment are going through right now, why are they not suspended from their duty?
That's exactly the thing. Crane is the one that would okay it. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
If he's on board, it's happening instantly. There ain't no fucking votes. There ain't no fair trials.
They should be suspended
Whatever
from
that
their
man
duty.
says goes.
Solomon told me he's suspended right now. He was suspended the moment his impeachment went up. And he hasn't had a case or been talked to about it yet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, surely, same thing will happen to them, right?
Well, you'd think so, but yeah, that's the exact. Sometimes actions speak louder than words, just as no actions speak louder than words. And honestly, I think half of society's at the point of running in that place with fucking hatchets and fucking hammers and just taking that shit over.
Amen,
Cool.
hallelujah.
I don't see the point in somebody being a head of DOJ also being.
Well, here's my thing though.
appointed the
We're
council.
at a crossroads here because those articles of impeachment.
Also,
Who
being a
approves
cop,
that?
By the way, Crane was a cop.
The article is in the Constitution's endorsed by the state, but if the people that are council and judges here are not impeaching people when they breach it, then everybody is a piece of shit. That's really
Well, that's what's
how
gonna
it is.
happen though. Like the Crane's not gonna sit there and say, all right, well, this impeachment is going through. You're no longer a mayor, Maximilian. Like that's not gonna happen.
Exactly. He's not going to do it to anybody that does what he says. Almost every judge will do what he
Exactly.
says.
So that's my
Almost,
question.
everybody in the council will do what he says. So
The
In the-
head of the DOJ was also the head of the council, who was also a police officer.
Who's also
well, the
also,
oath
like
says the council oath says you shouldn't join any other government agency. So as
Right.
soon as you join a PD or whatever the fuck, then
so
you're breaking your oath, which is also impeachment. So it's
My-
like a
my-
never-ending story
So
of
essentially,
the mayor
impeachments that
broke-
don't get enforced.
The mayor broke his oath by becoming
all
a
did.
commissioner as well.
yeah.
Well, no, I don't think the mayor says the council oath. I don't believe. I'm not sure though. Like
Right,
I said,
here's
I
my
don't know
question.
everything.
Here's my question: Is this impeachment shit? That's gonna go to a courtroom, right? Who's gonna be that judge?
Well, that's the issue. I mean,
Like, if it's Crane, it's
It's
fucked.
totally dependent on that. Yeah.
I don't think it'll be Crane. I think he's too heavily involved, and he's a part of the council, and he's.
Well, the thing is, if he's heavily involved and he's the head, anybody under him's involved because, he's their power authority.
There is
so-
another way to remove him from power. In the legislation for the
Put a
Council
fucking
of
bullet
Eight.
in his
Well,
head.
no. In the legislation for the Council of Eight, I remember reading about this. If three of them vote, three of them can vote for a council member to be out.
Yeah, but it's only out of the council. He's in
Right.
the
Oh,
you're
council as a
silly.
seat because it's
If we
put
have
in by the DOJ
Murphy, Cantor,
seat.
and then unfortunately Walker's dead. Who are the other ones?
Oh, you're silly.
Right. You
Cornwood
can
is
get him
not gonna do
removed
it.
from the council, but he's still going to be the DOJ lead. And as soon as the mayor
No,
comes in,
I'm talking about I'm talking
he's
about
appointed,
Zab.
I believe.
He's still gonna be the mayor.
Oh,
The
he can still be the
commissioner?
mayor. Yeah,
I thought the mayor was a seat on the council.
it is. But a council is just a group of people. It isn't a power position. So if
Okay.
you get removed from the council, you don't lose everything. But impeachment should work like that. So you're technically right in a way, but it's not going to work like that because they're assholes.
Like if the
I'm gonna be
mayor's not
honest.
in the council, what is he gonna?
Hold
What
on,
can he
I'm
pass?
gonna be honest. The only way
I
we
don't
get
know.
this guy out of office is in a fucking body bag.
Yeah,
After
well,
seeing
we need
the
an
shit he's
uprising of the
done and
people.
The actions
That's what
he's
Yeah.
taken, the extremes he's gone to, he won't just step out of
Yeah,
office.
he gotta die.
You
I
think
ain't
you
gonna
guys
lie.
gonna impeach him in the court and he's gonna leave? Hell nah.
Streets
He's
need
gonna ride
streets
it
need
out till he
justice.
fucking dies.
We this is why the slow game works. Okay, they got to catch wind of anything we do, and even the lady there. There's a reason we didn't want to pop her. I believe if we get these people to pass a law that allows us as people to vote on a legislation change, and if it passes the vote, then it's accepted. That's something we need to try and push for. So it's a true democracy. Maybe it's something like if we get 500K or something, we can file for any legislation we want. If it passes the vote, then it's done. That way, we only need to talk to the people to have anything to change. They're irrelevant in terms of what we can push forward as people. It could never get
Yep.
corrupt to the extent that everybody hates it that way.
I think we gotta crumble
Actual
down what's
democracy.
currently in place and rebuild it, like you said, with proper legislation. A
Mhm.
voice for the people. Well, first, we gotta break down the old structure.
Yeah, I mean, it might be very possible that I just end up going on a manic killing spree. I tell you, hearing the shit that these guys have gotten away with, just I can't believe they were going to put me in treason while taking everybody's rights and being impeachable at the same time.
You know
All
why?
knowing the DOJ's running it all
You know why they wanted to give you treason, Soze?
because I'm too smart for them.
They saw you as a threat.
Yep,
And
you're a
they wanted
threat.
to take you
Yeah.
out before you grow and gain power and rank and position.
Anybody who's a threat to their power structure is an enemy, complete enemy.
Oh, you
Yeah.
would have been
And
hit
they'll
by
do
that
whatever.
FU law.
Yep.
You would have been hit by that new legislation where you can't do a
What
thing.
was it?
Basically, they could cut your hands off. You can't do any businesses. You're banned from Twada.
Oh, if you're a felon.
Yeah. Just pretty
Just
much,
a
you pretty
felon?
much can't do anything. Yeah. Well, no, like treason, terrorism, probably
Oh,
murder.
Man, I mean, they could have fucked themselves.
If you
as well, I
question
guess,
or
but
test
Jesus.
their authority, you're seen as a threat, an enemy.
True, they were
And they'll
actually
do
hit
whatever
by
you
their own
do.
Legislation.
They'll do whatever they can to fucking get to like put you down completely by passing legislation and doing all that other shit.
Well, that new
I mean,
business
I'm-
legislation is fucking garbage.
You know what the new business
Oh,
legislation
yeah,
is,
it don't
Soze?
make no sense. I'm gonna go read it real
They
quick
literally-
just to double check on everything, but yeah.
Dude, they literally said the state owns your business 50-50, and they have, if you like even do it like an employee switch, like somebody's a CEO versus a COO, you have to let them know, and they have the right at any
Wait,
moment.
the state
Yes,
owns
and you
it?
have the right at any moment. So they can go and break your like go through your like business and like check your inventory, your this, that, and the
Yeah,
third.
pretty much.
thing.
There's different tiers, and tier 1 is just.
I'm
a
gonna just
bullshit
go read
fucking
that
business.
shit.
Go read,
Go read
I
it,
assume
bro.
it's already in the MDT, right?
Yes, it's in the legislation in the town hall.
Okay, I'm gonna go read
Listen.
over that shit anyway. But yeah, I already know it's a violation because forcing
There's
searches
no
is
rights.
against the
You have no rights.
Constitution. So
You have no
Do
right
what
at
you
all.
needs to be done, Soze. We'll be in touch.
yeah.
Okay.
I like cancer, Loki.
No, yeah, she's always been one of the good ones, but recently she's just been
She lost her
she's
backbone.
been fucking up.
Yeah. It's not everything. Can I will you get a double waffle with no cheese? Can I will you get a number 2 with a long drink? I got money, so I don't care how much it costs me. So you throw this on mention